Okay, students. Now we will study the next property of transition elements, that is standard electrode potential and chemical reactivity. See, the stability of transition metal compound depends upon the ionization enthalpy value of the metal. Smaller the ionization enthalpy of the metal, more stable is the compound. That means, for example, let us consider zinc sulfate. Here, the stability of zinc sulfate depends upon the ionization enthalpy of zinc. More easily, zinc is oxidized to Zn2 plus. More readily, Zn2 plus ion will combine with sulfate ion and forms zinc sulfate. More will be the stability of zinc sulfate compound formed. That means, for this ionization enthalpy, lesser the ionization enthalpy, more is the stability of the compound formed. So, in in aqueous solutions, the stability of compounds depends upon the electrode potential rather than ionization enthalpy. So, one factor to determine the stability of compound is ionization enthalpy, and one more factor by which the stability of compound depends is electrode potential. We can determine the stability of compound in terms of electrode potential. What is meant by this electrode potential? See, electrode potential it is also called as reduction potential. Electrode potential value is the measure of tendency of metal ion to get reduced to metal. See, higher the electrode potential, lesser is the tendency of metal to get oxidized to metal ions. Here, in aqueous solution, metal goes into metal ion. Metal goes into solution in the form of metal ion. That is solid metal converting into metal ion aqueous. That is M gives rise to M solid gives rise to M plus aqueous plus electron. This reaction involves three processes. That is first sublimation, then ionization, then hydration. So, the enthalpy of this reaction is the sum of enthalpies, sum of three types of enthalpies. That is enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of ionization, and enthalpy of hydration. So, enthalpy delta HR is equal to delta H sublimation plus delta H ionization plus delta H hydration. See, this delta HR, enthalpy of reaction, can be measured in terms of electrode potential. Higher the value of delta HR, higher is the electrode potential. And higher the value of electrode potential, lesser is the tendency of metal. Higher the electrode potential value, higher the E0 value, lesser is the tendency of metal to get oxidized, to get converted, that means get oxidized to metal ions. Or we can say higher the E0 value, that is higher means more positive. More positive the E0 value, higher is the tendency of metal ions to get reduced to metal. Or reverse of this, if we tell, more negative means lesser the E0 value, more is the tendency of metal to get oxidized to metal ion. So, to understand electrode potential, you have already studied about electrochemical series. It is the series of various electrodes arranged in the increasing order of their electrode potential values, that is reduction potential values. So, in the series first comes lithium. Lithium has more negative E0 value. More negative E0 value means it has the tendency to undergo oxidation. it undergoes oxidation. Therefore, it is a good reducing agent. Next comes in the middle hydrogen, which has zero electrode potential, and at the last the fluorine is there. Fluorine comes, which has positive E0 value. That means it has the tendency to undergo reduction. More positive the E0 value, the more is the tendency to undergo reduction. That means it is a good oxidizing agent. Here lithium, it is an alkali metal, and fluorine means noble gas. We know transition metals lie in between alkali metals and halogens. Therefore, the E0 values for these transition elements can be positive or negative. So now we will by keeping in mind all these facts, you have to understand what is electrode potential value, what is electrode potential, and then what for oxidation E0 value, higher the E0 value, more easily it undergoes reduction, lesser the E0 value, that means more negative the E0 value, more easily it undergoes oxidation. These points you have to remember. Now let us study the trends in M2 plus 2, M plus 2, that is divalent metal to metal standard electrode potential values. Let us study the trends of E0 values for M2 plus 2 M system. See, here you see the E0 values of 3D series. E0 values of 3D series are given here. The E0 values of 3D series have 3D series elements have negative E0 values, but there is no regular trend in the E0 values. Regular trend in the E0 values of M2 plus 2 metal values. This is because there is their ionization enthalpies and sublimation enthalpies do not show any regular trend. As you already studied about ionization enthalpy, there is no regular trend. That means there are some exceptions in the of course ionization enthalpy increases from scandium to zinc, but there is no regular trend in the ionization enthalpy and sublimation enthalpy. And as you are seeing in E0 values of 3D series, the negative values of negative E0 values decreases. There is the less negative E0 values. The general trend towards the less E0 values along this series, there is the E0 values are becoming less negative. As you move from titanium to zinc, you see the E0 values are becoming less negative. This general trend in the less negative E0 values along the series is due to the E0 values are becoming less negative because the ionization enthalpy increases. Because of increase in ionization enthalpy, the E0 values becomes less negative. Now, here, when you see the E0 values of 3D series, copper shows a unique behavior in the series, as it is the only metal having positive E0 value. All the transition metals elements, 3D series elements, have negative E0 values except copper. So, since copper has positive E0 value, it does not liberate hydrogen from dilute acids. It does not liberate, copper does not liberate hydrogen from dilute acids. When copper reacts with dilute acids, no hydrogen gas will be liberated, because here copper has positive E0 value, means it undergoes reduction. It undergoes reduction. It is an oxidizing agent. It cannot reduce H plus of the acid to liberate hydrogen, to form hydrogen H2. Therefore, copper does not liberate hydrogen from acids, from dilute acids. But it reacts only with some oxidizing acids. The acids which are oxidizing, which can oxidize copper, copper can dissolve in those acids only. It can react only with oxidizing acids like nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid can only dissolve copper. In this, hydrogen will be reduced by copper. And also one more reason we can give for the positive E0 value of copper is that the sum of enthalpies of sublimation and ionization is not balanced by hydration enthalpy of copper. Therefore, copper has positive E0 value. And if we see the E0 values of transition 3D series elements, we see that the E0 value for manganese, nickel and zinc are more negative. More negative means they have low. That means they have tendency to undergo oxidation. So Mn, we are studying about M plus 2 to metal, M divalent metal to metal system. So in case of manganese has more negative E0 value than expected. More negative E0 value means less E0 value. Lesser the E0 value means it has the tendency to undergo oxidation. So metal undergoes oxidation. Oxidation means loss of electrons to form Mn plus. So Mn plus 2 plus, it has the E0 value of Mn is more negative. That means it has the tendency, Mn has the tendency to undergo oxidation to form Mn2 plus. This is because of more stability of Mn2 plus, which has a D5 configuration. Half-filled D5 configuration Mn2 plus has. So because manganese atomic number 25, electronic configuration 3d5 4s2. After losing 2 electrons from outermost 4s orbital, it acquires 3d5 configuration, which is half-filled D5 configuration it gets, which is more stable. Therefore, manganese has more negative E0 value. Similarly, zinc also has more negative E0 value because of the more stability of Zn2 plus ion, which has a D10 configuration. And then nickel also has a more negative E0 value because it has high negative enthalpy of hydration. Next, let us study the trends in M3 plus to M2 plus E0 value standard electrode potentials. Say M3 plus to M2 plus. So here scandium. In the series we have not given scandium because scandium does not exist as bivalent ion. Sc2 plus does not exist. Therefore, the electrode potential value of scandium is not given in the table. See, in the scandium has low Sc3 plus to Sc2 plus has low value of E naught. E naught value is very low. Because low E naught value means it undergoes oxidation. So scandium undergoes scandium 3 plus, if we consider scandium 3 plus, when it undergoes oxidation, scandium 3 plus, scandium 2 plus, if let us consider, when it undergoes oxidation, it forms Sc3 plus. Sc2 plus minus 1 electron gives rise to Sc3 plus. So why it has low E naught value? See, Sc3 plus configuration is scandium atomic number 21. It has configuration 3d14s2. So when 2 electrons are removed, scandium 3 plus has 3d1 configuration, whereas scandium 3 plus has argon configuration. 3 electrons are removed. So argon, which is a noble gas, it has Sc3 plus has noble gas configuration. Therefore, scandium 2 plus undergoes oxidation to form scandium 3 plus. Therefore, it has the tendency, scandium Sc2 plus has the tendency to undergo oxidation to form Sc3 plus, because Sc3 plus is stable. It has noble gas configuration. Similarly, the Zn 3 plus to Zn 2 plus, if we consider, it has high E naught value. It has the highest E naught value. High E naught value means it has the tendency to undergo reduction. Reduction means addition of electrons. Here we have to consider Zn3 plus electron gives rise to Zn2 plus. It is undergoing reduction. So Zn3 plus electrons gives rise to Zn2 plus. You know Zn2 plus has 3d10 configuration. Therefore, which is a stable, that is completely filled D10 configuration, which is stable. Therefore, it has high E naught value. That means it undergoes reduction. So, which one undergoes reduction? Zn3 plus undergoes reduction to form Zn2 plus, because Zn2 plus has higher E naught value. Then if we consider Mn3 plus to Mn2 plus, it has high E naught value. High E naught value means same as Zn3 plus to Zn you studied. Here Mn3 plus undergoes high E naught value means Mn3 plus undergoes reduction to form Mn2 plus. That is Mn3 plus electron gives rise to Mn2 plus. Here Mn3 plus has 3d4 configuration, whereas Mn2 plus has 3d5 configuration, which is half filled d5 configuration, which is stable. Next, if we consider Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus system, this has low E naught value. So low E naught value, so experiment has shown that it has low E naught value. Low E naught value means it undergoes oxidation. It has the tendency to undergo oxidation. Oxidation means we have to write Fe2 plus undergoes oxidation to form Fe3 plus. Fe2 plus 1 electron gives rise to, Fe2 plus minus 1 electron gives rise to Fe3 plus. So Fe2 plus has 3d6 configuration, whereas Fe3 plus has 3d5 configuration. So more stable, that is half filled d5 configuration of Fe3 plus. Therefore, this Fe2 plus has the tendency to undergo oxidation. Similarly, next if we consider vanadium. Vanadium V3 plus to V2 plus, if we consider, it has low E naught value. This system has low E naught value, means it undergoes oxidation. So what equation you write? V2 plus minus 1 electron gives rise to V3 plus. That means vanadium 2 plus ion undergo oxidation to form vanadium 3 plus ion. Here why vanadium 3 plus? See, V2 plus has 3D3 configuration, whereas V2 plus has 3D3 configuration, and V3 plus has 3D2 configuration. V2 plus ion has 3D3 configuration. So which is a stable configuration. Stable. Here we know the 5D orbitals in coordination compounds. You are going to study this. That is 5D orbitals split up into two sets of orbitals, lower T2G and higher EG orbitals. So here the V2 plus has 3D3 configuration. That means it has half filled T2G3 configuration. Next, let us study about chemical reactivity and E naught values. So as we have studied so far, the transition metals, the reactivity of transition metals differ widely. Some of these transition metals are highly electropositive, and they dissolve in mineral acids. For example, lithium, zinc, etc. They dissolve in mineral acids. Whereas, and a few of them are noble. For example, copper, they do not react with simple acids. Some results of chemical reactivity of transition metals are related to their E naught values. So the metals of first transition series, except copper, are relatively more reactive than the other series. Thus they are oxidized by H plus ions. That means they reduce H plus ions to hydrogen. They liberate hydrogen gas from dilute acids. Titanium and vanadium, they do not liberate hydrogen. They are passive to dilute non-oxidizing acids at room temperature. So less E naught value, less negative E naught value for M2 plus to M along the series indicate decreasing tendency to form divalent cations, for example scandium. Then more negative E naught value than expected for Mn, nickel and zinc show greater stability of Mn2 plus, Ni2 plus and Zn2 plus ions.